Florida Park YouTube channel. You're with Dave and Jen After the Parks. Tonight, special presentation, DC and Michele do for Miles for Moffitt. Stay tuned as we bring it to you live. Coming up next. Welcome, everybody. How are you tonight? Dave and Jen here, doing a special presentation tonight. Little different format, a little bit different everything. Hello there, Jaquetta. Hello, Eric. Welcome in. We're doing something a little different tonight. We're getting everything ready. Our special guest will be here in just a few minutes. We are doing a special presentation tonight for Miles for Moffitt for DC and Michele do. For those of you who do not know DC and Michele, you'll get to know them tonight. We're going to spend about the next 30 to 40 minutes getting to know DC and Michele. DC is battling terminal cancer, for those of you who are not aware. So we are here tonight to support him, to show him what this community is about. Sounds like I'm talking into a fan. That's good. Thank you, Jaquetta. That's why I wanted to come on a little bit early. We had this problem one other time.
No, that was too low, I think.
Why don't I have anything here? I've got those there. Let me see if... Am I any better with that, Jaquetta? Maybe you should turn your volume on too.
Okay. Check that out.
Sound check, 1 2 1 2.
It's a little echoey.
It's echoing.
I don't know. Let me see if there's anything.
Mike Wheeler, it's really raspy still. Thank you, Mike. Let's see.
That's just Dave's voice.
Dave's a raspy guy. Let's see if I bring the mic volume down. Turn it off. Presidential Tourist, how are you? Let's see if that's any better. I'm adjusting some of the mic volumes. We're in a different room in the house, so it might just be that I'm picking up something else. Sights of Orlando, welcome in. Everybody's coming in. Do I sound any better or worse, Jay?
It's very crackly.
Let me go back out and come back in. Hang tight just a second, everybody. This is why we wanted to come in a few minutes early. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to do a quick reset. Did that help at all? Magical Maddie B, hello there. We're working on a sound issue. Hello, Lorna, if you haven't done so. Am I still?
There's like a crackle.
That's good. Hang on just a second. I'm going to do a quick reset again. Well, let's see what happens. How does it sound now? Sound any better? Any worse?
Better.
It's better?
Better.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaquetta, all good. Perfect.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. So, as I was saying, welcome into a special presentation tonight. We're doing something a little bit different. It's not Disney related. It is to help someone in the Disney community. For those of you who do not know DC and Michelle do, you're going to get to meet them shortly. Um, DC is battling terminal cancer right now, and so we are raising awareness this evening for Miles from Moffitt. It is a cancer institute here in Florida. We do have pinned at the top of the chat is a direct link to DC's Mile for Moffitt donate page. It's also in the description down below. So tonight, if you do any giving, it will be to Miles for Moffitt to support DC and Michele as they battle this. So pretty much to kind of catch everybody up, excuse me, DC is a friend of ours. He's a friend of the show. But more so, I've gotten to know DC very, very well over the last couple of weeks. You guys know that we also do Loki together, which we'll be doing after this. So basically, the long and the short of it is, we've become very good friends. He shared with us, what's going on with him and his battle. And basically, he is a salt of the earth, positive kind of guy who really will do anything for you. And I wanted to show him what this community was made of. Last night on Pete's show, Pete McDivitt, I'm sorry, he allowed me to share this out and to get some awareness going so that we could kind of grow what's going on in this community. This is not going to be the first or the only one of these that's basically going to happen. We're going to be doing this to raise awareness. We're going to be reaching out to other channels. I know that Pete looked interested, so I'm going to talk to Pete about it. I know that Diz Our Life is with DC and Michele do. They just finished up Black Widow tonight, so I'm sure that they're going to be jumping in as well. So basically, I want to thank everybody for coming in. This is not a Disney thing per se. It's just to support someone in the community. We're going to do this for about a half an hour once he comes on. We got a couple of questions we want to talk to him about, go through it. And then, believe it or not, we're going to end this stream. We're going to then go over to Loki for the review, which DC will be on with us because that's something DC and I do every Saturday night. But I wanted to give Miles from Moffitt a special 30 minutes that we're going to do. And then after Loki, we'll go on with our after the show like we would normally do on a Saturday night where we go out it all night. So for those of you who are just coming in, thank you and welcome in. Thank you for coming in tonight. This is a big deal. We want to show DC and Michele how much we care about them, and to go after cancer. We want to start kicking cancer. So thank you for everybody being here tonight. It's super, super special. Let me just go through chat, make sure that I identify everybody. Theme Park Lifestyle. Hello there, Lorna. Mike, as always, Eric, Jaquetta, Magical Maddie B, Sights of Orlando. Let's see, Presidential Tourist, Stream Elements Bot 2.0, Rachel's Adventures. Welcome in, everybody. We're just waiting on DC to kind of ring in. We've already sent him over his invite. He may be in the car on the way home, to be perfectly honest with you. As I said, Diz Our Life had rented out the theater that they were going to tonight. Welcome, Frank F. and Brian and Ian. Hello there. And Sienna, how are you doing? So they were going together to do Black Widow as a rented out theater, which is super cool. But he told me he might be picking us up on his way home or right as he walked in the door. So we're expecting him just about any minute to come on in, and it'll be he and his wife, Michele. So he's got a really cool backstory for those of you who don't know. I'm hoping he can give us the quick version. I'll kind of set him up because I think it's funny. Because as much as this is a serious show, he has an incredible sense of humor.
DC serious?
Yeah, I was going to say he's got an incredible sense of humor. But he was a baseball player, and that's where his nickname came from DC, from the power of a battery. That everyone always used to say he had nothing but energy. And when you meet him in a few minutes, you're going to see that he does have a tremendous energy about him, and he brings so much positivity to everybody else. And he's actually been a very big help to me, even personally, by we had some issues, and DC jumped in, and he's just a beacon of positivity. So we wanted to return the favor to him tonight. And this is, like I said, it's the kickoff, the first of many. I know that there's going to be many things that we do together going forward for Miles from Moffitt and in other things. Because as soon as we finish Loki, we're going to start doing Mandalorian as well. Madison, hello, welcome in. So, as a matter of fact, to pull a Pete McDivitt, I'm going to actually text him while we're live to say, hey, where are you? We're on your show. Get in here. Let's see. FYI, we are live. Let's see if that gets him in. Hello, everybody who's joining us. I can see the numbers going up, but we thank you for coming in. Tonight, we're going to be doing something a little different. Mike B, welcome in. Amy H, hello there. James, welcome in. There we go. We're getting those numbers up now. We're here to support one of our fellow YouTubers. Many of you know them, DC and Michele do. They do our Saturday night Loki program with us for review. All you see are my eyes are just glared over. This looks really bad. Let's do that. Yeah, I know. Pete made fun of me too, and so did Chomps. So, but long story short, he's a fellow YouTuber. He is battling cancer. We are here tonight to raise awareness for DC and Michele's Miles from Moffitt, which takes place on November, I think it's 21st or 20th. It's the November 20th.
I saw the date. Sorry.
2021, this November. KK, hello there. Thank you for coming in. We're here to support him. We're here to show him we care. We're here if he shows up, which I'm just kidding. But we're here to show him that the YouTube community is going to rally around him, that we're going to do everything we can to help, and that we're going to, basically give our time or money or whatever that we can do to help him. This channel typically does not ask you to do things, but you may know somebody who has had cancer, who has cancer, or you may know somebody who likes to give to cancer to try and defeat this thing. So the link above is pinned to the top of the chat. That goes directly to DC and Michele's Miles from Moffitt. It's also in the description down below. Teresa, hello there. Welcome in. Let me just say hey, make sure I've got everybody covered. Hello, everybody. Lorna, hello. Welcome in from over across the pond. Let's see. So, congratulations, KK. That's awesome. Anthony's good peeps. Matter of fact, he just won our major contest. I really wish that I had I'd put it to my tablet because it would have been funny. So I'm just going to show you instead because it's hilarious. And right now I'm doing the juggling act while we're waiting on DC to come in. So let's see if I can show you Anthony's picture because it's hilarious. So there he is.
I think I had it saved.
There it is. For those of you who never know that we actually do our giveaways and people do receive prizes, that is the hat, shirt, collectibles, and he also received a $25 gift card.
Which I gave to him when they were here.
So he could use it while he was in the park. So that was spectacular. So that was a lot of fun. Let's see. Amy H. Yeah, don't you love that smile though? He's fantastic. He did his first live stream tonight. We're going to be doing a AGT watch party Tuesday night. Probably going to start that about 7:30, I would say. We're going to, do a little pre-launch, have a little fun, see if we can poke at him a little bit, see if we can get him to come on, because I'm sure he's going to be nervous. So we want to make sure we have as much fun with that as humanly possible. So, he's a great guy. He's got a fantastic sense of humor. So, giving him the business a little bit beforehand is going to be phenomenal. If not, I'm sure he'll show up afterwards where we absolutely will give him the business one way or the other because we'll know the outcome. So let's see. Should I sing, dance, jungle? Should I don't know. Anywho, we're still just waiting on our buddy to get in here. I guess FYI, we are live was not specific enough.
Doesn't mean just because
No,
Flutter's
I'm
saying
just
that.
totally,
Yeah.
I'm totally busting his stones because I can. So, anyway, but while we're waiting on him, I really do. I appreciate everybody coming out. Jen Ding. Ding.
For some reason, my notifications don't go off. I'm like,
That's spectacular. So, anywho, let's see. Disneyland Jungle Cruise. It does look amazing. There are a lot of good things. Duke Mom, hello there. I saw you over in Anthony's chats. Thank you for supporting him. Poppy, hello. Everybody's coming in now. Good times. Amy H. It touches a very personal spot in my life and in Jen's life. We both have been affected by cancers. As a matter of fact, um, I would bet you anything DC does not know that it's the exact same thing, wasn't it?
what? I'm very similar.
We're pretty sure that Jen's grandfather had the exact same kind of cancer. So we know what it does. We know how it works. I've been affected with cancer in my family. So everyone knows somebody. This is a good thing to do. It's a good thing for all of us to come together and support one another, not just in Disney. It can't just always be Disney. It has to be that if one of us has an issue, that somebody says, "Hey, wait, let's be the voice of this. Let's get up and do this." That's why it doesn't say Florida Park Explorers tonight. It says Dave and Jen. I may be wearing a Florida Park Explorer shirt. Don't get me wrong. But that's because I have like 4 shows to do tonight. And I don't have time to do I
And it's
can't go
very
change
comfortable.
like 10 times. Plus these shirts are really comfortable. And
I'll do that.
I'm gonna shamelessly plug Theme Park Lifestyle because I know he's in the chat and because DC's not. So but at the end of the day, the reason that we did not put our name up is we are not promoting ourselves tonight. This has nothing to do with us. So you're not going to hear us talking about any of those things. If you guys bring them up in the chat, we will discuss it with you just as we're waiting for DC. But once it becomes DC and Michelle's time, we're legit going to let them talk. Everybody can react. If you have questions, please ask. And we're going to kind of go through that. I'm a survivor as well, so I understand exactly, Jaquetta. And that's the thing is let's see. So, basically the long and the short is we want to make sure that what we're doing here is making when you meet this man, if you don't know him, you wouldn't know. As a matter of fact, I was joking around with another channel today, and when they heard what I was doing, and they were kind of, they were giving me the business about what we were up to. I think they thought I was kidding. As a matter of fact, I had it happen twice today. And once they found out who it was, first of all, not only do they know him, they also know him online, but they don't personally. They were like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Well, guess what?" And they were just floored because you wouldn't know it. He doesn't sit there. First of all, he doesn't wear it as a badge. He is probably one of the most upbeat and personable people you'll meet. Tonight, I've asked him and I've pushed him a little bit to allow me um, to help him. And it's not that he doesn't want the help or anything else like that. He's just very humble. And I sat there and I said, tonight, you need to just kind of let me do me, let me push a little bit, because we're here to raise awareness. Make no misunderstanding, this is all about helping DC and Michelle through his battle. And, we're going to make sure that, I don't have a problem opening my mouth. I'm sure most of you have realized that by now. So, mom's a survivor. We love, and that's the thing, Megan G. Welcome in, by the way. We want to make sure every single. I don't know anybody who's never been affected. So, in some way, shape, form, or another, we all have known somebody that's either had cancer or something where it has been debilitating and or can kill you. And this is this is near and dear to my heart too. My mom's a survivor. I've lost my grandparents to it. Jen's had it directly affecting her life with her grandfather as well. So we're going to make sure that this is what we do. Nathan, how are you? Welcome in. But until he shows up, because I know that this movie was not a 3-hour movie. We love you, But get in here. Anyhow, that's just in case he's ninja watching, because for most of you don't know this, he's a mod on our channel. And what's really funny is he never lets anyone know he's in the chat. He's also the one who cooks at 1 o'clock in the morning. But you know, he could be listening on the car, going, "I'm almost home. I'm almost home." But he should be in momentarily. So, and I appreciate it. It's why we came on a few minutes early. He was supposed to be in at 10:30 with us, but I'm sure that he went to a private screening of Black Widow. He's with Diz Our Life, which is a channel that has 11,000 subscribers. And I know that if I were him and somebody were sitting here saying, "Hey, let's put something together so that we can do something. I understand what you're doing tonight." That's how we'll be able to move forward. DC, you're a little late on sending it to me. We already have it posted, bub. All right, so I just heard from him. We should be expecting him
Let me
in.
see if it's a new link. I'm pretty sure it's the same link.
Should go to the same place.
Yes.
All right, so
Okay.
we're good. So we have DC's link up. We have everything ready to go. If you know anybody who likes to do charities, donations, anything like that, get them in here. We'll share this out. Tell everybody what we're doing. We're going to be doing this for a little bit tonight, and then we're going to do it again. I would bet you money that that we'll be doing something with Diz Our Life. I can guarantee you there'll be other channels, because I'm going to impress upon the people that I know people, specifically somebody who's in this chat right now who is listening and doing other things. You know who you are, because you introduced us to one of the more. Oh, look, he just posted. One of the more.
Mike's been in the chat. I've been talking to.
I said I'm going to lean on the person I know who knows everybody, who got us onto Pete's show. So yes, that's it right there. Diz Life of Ours. What did I say? Didn't I say Diz Life of
You
Ours?
might have said Diz or Dream, but
I'm not sure. I may have screwed up. There's so many. There's so many great channels. Yeah, it's Diz Life of Ours. If I said it differently, my bad.
Thank you, moderator Rachel.
Yes,
Good job,
much
sweetie.
appreciated, because I haven't streamed all day, so I'm a little cold. I haven't been talking the whole day. So, but yeah, Diz Life of Ours. As a matter of fact, I met them back in December on chat, and I've been trying to meet up with them for months, just because our schedules have been a little bit weird. But I actually introduced them to the Yuletide log that was available at Pinocchio House. I had it, and they had it in the same day, and we had a huge conversation about it. So I know he's a foodie like me. We'll turn up the heat in the house if you're cold. All I got to do is step outside. It's about 400 degrees.
I didn't even see that come up. I know Will said that. Like,
Yeah.
That's what's really funny.
They are absolutely amazing people. I've been in there in the beginning. I was in their chat all the time. I had a blast with them. And, unfortunately, I'd love to tell you, I get it. You guys see us pop in and out of chats. Most of the time, it's Jen. And it's funny to hear everybody go, "Oh, it's Dave's in the chat." Most of the time, it's not me. Most of the time, it is Jen, whether she's on Explorer Jen or Florida Park Explorers. But it's really kind of funny, because everybody associates the two different accounts, as such. So I love them. I'm actually going to meet up with them in October. Fantastic. So, one of the things, though, is, with all the different people that, Mike knows, and last night Pete took an interest. We kind of talked after the show. I'm hoping I can reach back out to Pete, and I'm sure this is something where, he'll be able to put us in touch with a couple of channels that will want to participate, and maybe we can have kind of like a forum. Maybe even Pete will do something, where he's involved too. I'm not sure, and I don't want to speak for him. But again, everybody has been super helpful to anybody who's been in need, from what I've heard, from what I've seen, and this should be no exception. We want to see everybody go and subscribe to DC and Michele tonight. We get them. I would love to see them get over 200 subscribers tonight. That would be spectacular. I'd love to see a great milestone for them. So we're going to, continuously drop their link in time and time again, and it's also be in the description down below. So we want to do that. We also would like to see them make some money off of their charity tonight. This needs to happen. That's why we're doing this. So, that's what we're here for. So, and I appreciate everybody being here tonight. They're 19 away.
No, I think 19 likes away from
or
us.
19 likes away.
I think.
I have no idea what's going on.
I
I'm
don't
so
either.
clueless 95% of the time.
I had to reopen my thing.
So, let's see. Will you be joining us?
That's
Sorry,
fantastic.
13 away, I got my numbers mixed up. Wheeler, I would give you a hard time, but you're here helping during tonight, so I won't. Although I may whisper a lot just to see what you do.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know how loud he's got it turned up. I'm a bit confused on the charity schedule. There's an area for donation, and then there's a thing for team build. Excuse me. I'm gonna let DC explain it. To be honest with you, I've seen both, so I know that he'll be able to explain everything to everybody. It's one of the questions I actually have on my list to go over with him so that he can explain how people can help best. I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, there's late, there's fashionably late, and there's DC right now. I'll have to edit this out later. But anyway.
No, it seems for good TV.
Excuse me. Yeah, Jaquetta, I saw it. To be honest, he and I've talked about it so many times. I'm just not 100% sure, and he's an expert in this. He's been doing it for a long enough time, so maybe he's frozen. He's actually a Loki. He's a variant, and so what we need to do is have him change out of his garb. So I am juggling. Let's see. All right, well, we'll see. He should be here any second, although I've been saying that for almost 15 minutes. So, anywho, let's see. I'm sharing this with my community. Wow. Well, thank you, Theme Park Lifestyle. If everybody shares it out to one person, if there's 20 of you in here, that would be substantial. We could double how many people are in here. We could double the awareness. And that's what we're all about tonight. We're not here to, don't get me wrong. I know him. He's extraordinarily humble. I'm sure he'll try to play off some things or joke around. But at the same time, he's so good at this, it's ridiculous. I wish more people would watch him. One of the things, matter of fact, he's coming in right now. There he is in his car. I see him.
That's fantastic. It's like Dave.
Let me bring him in because he's driving along. Watch this, everybody. It's Loki.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's see. There he is.
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
Hi, everyone. Michelle's driving.
Here. We've been juggling. Hello there, Michelle. We've been juggling and doing face painting.
And Dave,
and
funnily enough, I was just over in the Loki chat. I was like, oh, I'm in the wrong one.
So we
I went to the wrong. I clicked on the wrong link.
That's why I kind of tried to label them so this way you had them. And I was like, I figured you guys were running late with Diz Our Lives or Diz Lives of Ours, and so I figured you guys were just running late. How's the movie, by the way, before we get started?
Hey, Dave, I'm going to refresh because I think my connection's bad. I'm going to refresh.
No worries. Okay.
Well, he is driving through things.
And just like that, he's gone. But he does exist.
He's like real. Loki.
He is like Loki. He just went like this and then disappeared.
Yeah, no kidding.
He'll be back in a second, everybody. But doesn't he look just like Loki, though? He legit looks just like him. There he is.
Well, it's not. There we go. Let's try it again. Take two.
Loki, take two.
All right. Hopefully this is a better connection.
You look good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because we're just now leaving the Disney Springs area, so
no worries.
Maybe there was a lot of activity going on as far as mobile data is concerned.
More than likely. But how was the movie? Was it good?
It was very good. It was a very different kind of Marvel movie, and I'll leave it
Cool.
at that. It
We'll talk
wasn't
about it
different.
next hour.
It wasn't different like WandaVision, but it was just it felt different in a good way, of course.
Cool. Well, you know that once we get to Loki, you and I are going to go over a little bit of it. You can give everybody a little teasers here and there, and we'll go through
Yes.
that. But right now, I was telling everybody tonight is all about what you're up to. I have pretty much gone over everything that I know. So what I'm going to do is ask you and Michelle to share your story, kind of go through what's going on. Everybody kind of knows what's happening. Everyone's going to have some questions and such, specifically about how the program works versus donating versus teams, but we'll get there.
Right.
Just so that I plant that in your head now. But I'm going to open the floor up to you and Michelle and just say, tell us about you, introduce you and Michelle to everybody, because it's not just about the people who are in the chat, but the people who watch this later.
Right. Exactly. Well, I'm DC, and my driver is about to run into another car.
I am not. I'm stopping at a red light. I'm following the rules of the road.
And that's Michelle. And she's my wife. And she is the, if you couldn't have picked it up from context clues, she is the Michelle of DC and Michelle Do. So, a brief introduction as to why we are involved with Moffitt. Well, we go back to 2018, and I was experiencing extreme back pain, right? I went to physical therapy. I tried to exercise, but for whatever reason, this back pain would not let go of me. So fast forward to December of 2018, I'm at work one day, and I've just finished my lunch, and I was doing my usual routine, of checking my emails, planning out my afternoon. And my back pain was so bad that I could not focus. So I went to my boss and I said, hey, I've got to go home. I'm going to go see a doctor today and get this figured out, because I was trying to fix it by means like physical therapy and exercise, because I thought it was muscular in nature, the type of pain that I was dealing with. So I go to a doctor and I'm talking about my symptoms. And part of it, I actually had some pain in my chest. And whenever you tell a doctor that you have any type of chest pains, they go into a cardiac protocol. And part of that protocol was drawing blood. So they did a blood draw. The doctor comes back to me and says, have you been feeling, really tired or run down lately? And I was like, I don't think so. And he said, okay, well, there was something really strange on your blood test. I'm going to run another one because I think there was an error, right? Because of the data. So they did another blood draw and came back. And the doctor said, sir, you are extremely anemic.
Severely anemic.
Like in a critical manner. He's like, so we need to refer you to a hematologist to find out why your blood counts are so low. Because it's either I wasn't producing enough, I was bleeding internally, or there was some other mystery ailment involved. So the next day, or rather, well, no, it was the next day.
Yeah, because that day, I remember I was at work and I knew he just went to like a GuideWell clinic, just a quick clinic, thinking like I'll get some pain meds and my back will be fine. And then I get a text while I'm at work and he's like I was leaving for the day and it's like, it'll either be this, or something more serious. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, call me now, like what's happening? And it was like either it's minor, not a big deal, or it's a really big deal. So that's what we were left with for that particular evening.
So next thing, I'm in a hematologist's office at Orlando Health. My current doctor, Dr. Saeed Baitis, amazing doctor, amazing hematologist and oncologist. Because apparently the two of those often go hand in hand. And essentially I was put through a mill of tests. I had a skeletal survey, PET scan, MRIs, all kinds of blood work.
Bone marrow
Oh yeah, and a bone marrow biopsy, where they literally, well, the way this doctor did it, I wasn't even put under. He essentially inserted a device into my hip bone and extracted bone marrow while I was wide awake. I would not recommend that to anyone. If you are ever given the option to have any type of bone marrow biopsy, always have them put you under, because being awake for the procedure is not.
And I was in the room. It was pretty intense and kind of crazy. His bones were really soft at the time because of what we later found out what was going on, and the doctor just kind of looked up at me and was like, yeah, I'm almost 100% this is multiple myeloma, which I had no idea what that meant, or that it was cancer. Had never heard those words before at all. So that was my 2 cents. And I'm not making eye contact because I'm driving. I'm not.
Please don't.
Yeah.
We want to see you for blocking and talking soon.
Exactly. So, essentially, after all these tests, I was diagnosed on December 26th, the day after Christmas. I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. And multiple myeloma is a blood cancer where essentially my plasma cells overproduce. Long story short, and it forms lesions on your bones, which causes your skeleton to deteriorate. And that was the source of my intense pain, was because essentially I had holes all throughout my skeleton, and I had 2 fractured vertebrae from these lesions that had essentially eaten away at my spine. So immediately I put on a treatment regimen with Orlando Health. And the gold standard with treating multiple myeloma is to do an induction therapy and then to have a stem cell transplant. So after I had my induction therapy beginning in January of 2019, I responded well to my induction therapy, and then I was given the green light to have a stem cell transplant. Well, when it came time to find a place to have the procedure done, the place to go in Florida is Moffitt. If you want to have any type of cancer work in the state of Florida, it is Moffitt. And they're the only one that is certified by
the National Cancer Institute. So they have the NCI recognition, and we researched and researched. I just remember reading and trying to figure out the numbers, like who in the state not only does the best, but not the best, but the number of transplants they do per year,
sheer volume,
stem cell transplants,
yeah.
And the outcomes and all of that. And I mean, it's mind-numbing trying to research all of that data and just figuring it out on our own, which it's because they kind of put it in our hands of find where you want to go and you let us know. And it's quite overwhelming, honestly, but Moffitt came up again and again and again because of the research that they do, the clinical trials that they have access to, and like we said, the sheer volume that they do and the outcomes are incredible. So we knew we wanted to go there and visit and check it out and get connected.
Because compared to any of the other cancer centers or facilities that provide a stem cell transplant, they were the ones that, without a doubt, we had to go with, because it was, for me, there was no question, because it was either that or a couple of other facilities that I'm sure do wonderful work, but don't have, like Michele said, the sheer volume of procedures done, nor the level of research that Moffitt is known for, especially here in the state of Florida.
Well,
So
that actually was going to lead me into what is Moffitt. So I think you already took care of that one. And then, how you got involved with them, you guys also covered that. So, right. That basically kind of tells everybody the backstory of, which I think most people are hearing this for the first time from you, at least in here. I'm sure most people, I'm reading the chats, are probably kind of blown away
Right.
because you're such a friggin' positive beacon of light. It is like ridiculous. And the
Thank you.
average person has no idea that you're going
He
through this.
really is, Dave. I just have to say that, like, I have to just speak on DC for just a second and say I agree with you 1,000% that throughout all of this, like, sometimes, you know, I'm the emotional one, and I struggle at times, and he's still so just positive. His outlook, his everything is just, I can give love to the world, and I can, like, that's what made us do, you know, even YouTube, of just that message that's in him of, like, of just love and doing and action and talking, and just like, you hear the way he talks about it, it's like, it's heavy, it's really, really heavy, but he doesn't let that, like, you know, just overcome the day to day. Like, there's so much joy and so much love and so much happiness. So I just wanted to say that, and say that I agree with you, and I'm so glad that others are getting to see that, because I want that means the world to me.
Yeah, well,
You're welcome.
that's kind of the point,
And I
though,
love you.
is
I love you too.
what's, you know, but what always cracks me up is he asks me every day how I'm doing. Do you know I'm never going to tell you I'm having a bad day? Like, you know that, right? Like, I'm not going to be like, hey, dude, I'm having a crappy day today. It ain't gonna happen. So, and it's not just because, you know, look,
Gives you
anything that I could
perspective,
have
right?
going on. Yeah, well, it fails in comparison by, you know, by immeasurable distance. So, but you every day, and this is something most people don't know because we've become friends, is every day when I talk to you, how are we doing?
Dave,
How's
I
Bella?
need to refresh the signal, okay?
Go ahead.
I need to refresh the signal really quick. Okay?
You're okay.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead. All right, everybody. He'll be back in just a second. Obviously, they're in the car driving home. Signal's going to kind of come and go, but you're getting an idea as to who and what he is. He's amazing. So, hang on a second.
Okay. Sorry about that. We're on I-4 right now, so
don't apologize.
You know, there are
Everybody
pockets
knows
where
what you're
the
up to.
signal just drops.
Yeah, you're good. You come and go as you need to, because everybody knows what's going on. So, you know, but I tell everybody, you amaze me in the sense that the fact that you even ask, you know, I mean, most people would not have your value system, your way of looking at it, your energy of doing things. And I just want to tell you, every single person in this chat, because I don't know if you can see it or not, they're all commending you. Like, what you're a beacon. And, you know, at the end of the day, I want you to realize how much we all support you. And moving on to the next thing, because I know you're too humble to talk about it. You're just going to blow it off. So I'm going to move past it.
Can I share something really quick?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, like, just what you said, like how he asks you know, how you're doing and what's going on. And it's so neat. Like, he wakes me up sometimes because after, like, this week was a treatment week. And I know he's probably shared with you when he gets the steroids and he kind of gets his sleep messed up and he'll be up all night. And he woke me up the other night, just making noise, whatever. But what he was doing was reaching out and connecting to people. And he's like, I'm just sending them little emojis or little videos, or I just want them to know I'm thinking about them and just being positive. And it's like, I just love that. And I wake up the next day and I just think, like, he's struggling, you know, it's hard. I can only imagine, but yet, like, that's his focus, is let me give out some positivity. And that's just awesome.
I couldn't agree with you more. And that was one of the reasons when he and I were talking about it. I don't even remember the other day what sparked tonight, but he said something and I realized it was just the perfect opportunity for us to do this. And it was like, we've got to show you that we're here. We care. Okay, like, you may go out and do this at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, but we wanted to take the time, get people into a chat and do this. And like I said, and I know Michelle's going to chime back in on this. You're too humble to open your own mouth and say something. So I'm going to do it for you because you're my buddy, and we love you. We want to make sure that people in this community know what's going on, so that you know that you're not alone, and that when these people rally around you, they're going to rally, and
Right.
that's what this is. This is what we're going to do. And so moving kind of onto that support aspect, tell everybody about Moffitt. Tell them about Team Moffitt. Tell them about your team, how they can donate, how they can join up as a team. And I'm going to let you do all that because you're the expert. And we have had some questions, so make sure you tell everybody what they need to do.
Well, I'm going to hand it off to my captain, my champion, because let me tell you something. As much positivity as I put out there, and as much of that is my focus, this woman to the left of me, she's a warrior. This woman is a fighter. She's an inspiration to me. And while I am humble, I won't be humble about her. This woman is complete dynamite. And the reason why I'm going to pass this to her is because she's the one who set up the team, and she's the one for the past 3 years that we've been involved with this team and been lead cheer. Because let's face it, when you get somebody who's dynamite like her, she's going to run the show and lead it and make it happen. So I'm going to turn it over to her, let her talk about our team a little bit, and then I'll pepper in things here and there about Moffitt. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
I'll share a little bit, and then you can fill in the blanks.
All right.
Yeah, you guys are a team. Do what you got to do.
That's right. So Miles for Moffitt, it's been going on probably for quite some time, and of course there's things that you don't know until it becomes part of your life. Like I said earlier, I'd never heard of multiple myeloma. I didn't know of that, and now that's part of our world and our everyday life. And cancer it's just that's what it is, and we're managing. But for Moffitt, for us, I heard about it when we were I think when we were there for his transplant. We had to stay in Tampa, so we had to stay at a specific place, and he had to go in every single day for treatment and checks. And we were there for about a month, and you get to know the staff and the nurses, who are absolutely incredible,
and the doctors, the specialists,
absolutely incredible. They literally they are, I would say, part of our family, and just getting so connected with them. So I found out about Miles for Moffitt, and I said to DC, I was like, we're doing this. Like, we have to do this. This is so important, because all of the money that they raise, it all goes to research. So
every single bit of it.
Yeah.
All the money that is raised through the Miles for Moffitt campaign goes directly towards research. There's no overhead type of thing built into it. It is a mainline type of donation that goes into critical research that is needed for all kinds of cancer, not just multiple myeloma. And that's why it's so important to me, because since I have cancer, I'm part of a kinship and a family of folks just like me who have to deal with this. So it's important that there's research for all of us, because not just for us who have cancer, but also for the families, for the friends, for people like you, Dave, who are my friend, for people like my wife, who is the most important person to me. It's like cancer touches so many. So the fact that we have an opportunity to help to raise funds for something that is going to help all of us, not just us with cancer, but all of us that are affected by it, it's an amazing thing, because Moffitt does so much work to help us. And when I say us, I'm talking about all of us.
Well, and even, we were just at Moffitt week before last for, check in with the specialist and do some labs and just, see how things are going. And the nurse, the specialist main nurse, was even telling us another new drug, part of CAR T, and that's a whole nother conversation about
she's talking science now, guys.
All the different treatments, but something is about to be approved, that they've been running clinical trials, and it's right there on the horizon. And even the treatment that DC is on right now, it wasn't FDA approved when he started it.
Yeah.
So, because of Moffitt and that research, he had access to treatment that,
to cutting edge treatment.
That locally or other places we may not have had that opportunity to get this because it wasn't approved. It is now. Within months it became FDA approved, but that's why it just hit home. We started in 2019 was our first year for Miles for Moffitt. That year it was family. It was absolutely amazing. We actually did it in Tampa because that was, before all the craziness of COVID.
And as a matter of fact, the thumbnail for this particular conversation that we're having right now, that photo that's in the thumbnail is from our first team not the whole team, but the first team that was able to participate with us in person.
Well, no, that's right. A couple people couldn't make it. But it was so meaningful that year. A lot of our family members attended. We walked the event together. It was just incredible. And then just seeing the community there, I mean, it was just such an emotional, amazing experience. And then knowing like we contributed and made a difference. And then we said, we're going to do this every year. And we want it to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So, the next year, with COVID going on, we're still doing it. They changed it to be virtual. So last year was the first year that was an option. So Dave, like you were mentioning, there's two ways to be involved. You can either, sorry, I'm like changing lanes here. So you can either be a team member. And so if you sign up and you go through the link, it'll say join team or it'll say donate. If you join our team, Moffitt, you'll go through the registration and you'll actually select to do a virtual 5K and they'll mail you some swag. You'll get a shirt, you'll get a really cool medal. When we get home, I'll show you our medals from last year. And then knowing that, you're helping raise funds. So that's if you're actually on the team. I believe it's like $25 right now. They do increase the price the closer we get to November. And then to donate, you just click donate and you can donate whatever amount you're able to do. Like it can be $5, it could be $10, whatever. But it still goes and reflects on our team goal, which is really cool. So
right.
That's kind of the setup.
And that's the thing. You can donate without joining the team. And you can, like she said, you can donate any amount that you possibly can. So, folks who may not be able to donate $25, $30, if you can donate $5, that's still going towards helping out all these people who need this help and to further this research that Moffitt is involved with.
Although we would love to have you on our team.
Yes, we would love to have a big fat team full of folks who are all fired up about fighting cancer. Yeah.
It's really neat, like some of the different like businesses and organizations you can see if you go to I think it's milesformoffitt.org, like their main site, not our particular team page.
Yeah, where the big money is.
Yeah, and you can see the donations and the teams and the goals, and it's just awesome. It's really cool. This year they do have the option to be there in person. We still signed up to do it virtual, but I'm sure if we want to change, we can, but I think our goal is to do something in the parks.
Yes.
I think the actual day is November 20th.
So we would love to do, a live stream in the parks where we all do a virtual 5K.
Yeah.
We're walking. Yeah. We're not going to run.
Yeah, we just walk.
I don't run.
Exactly.
I love running, but DC doesn't run anymore because of his back. It's not a good idea. So he walks and we can do lots of walking and raise funds. So that's really our goal this year. We want every year, if we can just get a little bigger and a little more eyes on it. I think that's what's important to us, is just spreading the word, talking about Moffitt. We actually just had a relative that was diagnosed with blood cancer, and being able to connect, and they're like, what do I do? Where do I go? And we're like, Moffitt, like,
Right.
you got to get with us.
We can get that answer, to those who are in need.
Yeah. So if you guys have questions, like, we try, and that's part of what DC and Michele do. We try to be very, very open, and we are open books to talk about it, the complexities of it. It's not always easy, but we have each other, and that in and of itself, I think, helps us to get through, the tougher spots. And then building this community has been, I can't even begin to say what that's done for both of us too. It's amazing.
Well, that's actually the point, though, is you guys, and knowing you guys offline versus what we all do on cameras and things like that,
Right.
is I was trying to portray it while I was juggling, waiting for you guys, and it was like, you guys just don't understand. What you see is not always what you get. With you, it is. And you guys are amazing. One of the things that you guys do with blocking and talking, and I've told everybody this, when you're sitting there, it's legit. It's you two sitting there talking, hanging out, having fun, doing your thing,
Right.
and just enjoying being with one another. And a lot of people don't understand that. And it's like, you guys are amazing. And I know that you guys draw strength off of one another. What everyone watching right now doesn't know is that Michelle's had a sinus infection for the last couple of days.
Yeah, I sound like crap. Sorry about that.
The first thing he says to me Wednesday night, because I said, make sure you touch base with me. Now, there's treatment, and then there's once a month treatment, and then there's once every 3 month treatment. And DC got nailed this week with having to do them all.
Oh yeah, it was the whole shebang.
And when he told me what happened, my eyes almost shot out of my head. And then what does he follow up with in his next text message? He says to me, however, tomorrow I'll be feeling better, and I'll be able to make all sorts of comfort food to make sure I take care of Michele. That's the first thing he texted me after this paragraph of what the hell they did to him. And
yeah, exactly.
The next thing
that's him, and
that's exactly my point.
Yeah,
you know him because you love him. I know him from text messaging and all the other jazz, and want to make sure that every single person out here realizes that this is a person who thinks of others first.
Yeah.
And he actually texted me because I asked him to, not because he was going to text me to tell me, hey, this is what they did to me today.
Yeah.
And I think that gets lost a lot of times, is that, you would never know. Like, if we were still doing the Loki show on Wednesday night, he probably would have shown up, because the first time we did it,
he would.
He had treatment.
Yeah.
The first show we did with One Little Spark and with DC, he had treatment that day, and nobody knew. When he got off, and I had said something, which I felt bad saying it, but everybody's like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, he had treatment today.
Yeah.
So can you throw out a compliment to DC? Go, Crew It Up, go ahead. Because, by the way, just so that you know, I've been talking with Crew It Up, who we've met recently online.
Right.
He is a true American hero, which you are going to get to know him, because he's your kind of guy. You're going to like him a lot. And when I share the backstory with you off camera, you're going to be like, wait, what? And when I share you some videos, you're going to be like, that's cool.
Wow.
But he's a true American hero. He and his wife are. And when I used their motto last night when I was closing at Epcot, and he immediately reached out to me. So super cool dude, and he wants to throw out something to you. So
Awesome.
anybody who wears that patch on their arm, they work.
That's awesome.
So.
That's awesome.
But as we're waiting for Crew It Up to throw that in, tell us a little bit more. Anything else that you think people need to know? What else we can do? Because you guys were talking about walking around Disney. When are you thinking about doing that? Is that the day of November 20th?
I think we're going to do two things. Like, one, we were actually just talking with Dis Life of ours, so Rachel and June, who we got to see this evening, about doing something in October, with other streamers, whoever wants to get involved, and just do another fundraising push. We'll plan a day and do something from park open to park close, and
something really big. I'm talking rope drop all the way to fireworks at Epcot.
I'm in.
Something huge, and try to coordinate with as many streamers as we can, because we've got some folks in California, we've got folks in Tokyo that we want to bring into this.
That's cool.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah. And then the actual event, I'm sure whoever has signed up, they're more than welcome to join and watch us on their phone and do it and walk wherever they are. And the actual event is on November 20th. So we'll probably do something with whoever is local and signed up on the team. I'd love to get together. I know usually my siblings and some of my family that's local will do it with us. So we'll plan something the day of, but we also want to do another fundraiser, like we said, maybe November.
So Crude Up just threw out, he goes, DC, you resemble Jeff Bridges from The Dude and the Big Lebowski. I'm going to be sending donations for the cause.
Awesome.
And let me tell you something. When you get to know this guy offline, he's a cool dude. You're gonna like his vibe a lot. He vibes like you do. So
that's my kind of people.
Yeah, you're gonna love his story just as much as they're enjoying hearing yours. You're gonna like this a lot. But so you guys are gonna do something. Obviously, October we'll all talk about those things.
Oh yeah.
This is not going to be the only thing that we do like this. We're gonna do this every couple of weeks to once a month until we get built up to it. We're gonna invite some of the other streamers to come on. We'll do Foursquare, put everybody in.
Yep.
Whoever wants to come in, we're going to try and raise as much awareness as we possibly can. And you're pretty much going to be our go-to guy to tell us all about it every single time. We want to just let you know that we support you. We care about you. This community is going to show you what it's all about.
And that's an honor, Dave. It really is.
And I'm parked, so don't worry. I'm not driving anymore.
Hey, you should have turned around without saying anything and reached in the back seat and screwed with everybody. That'd have been phenomenal.
If you could see how I parked, because I can't park where we live. It's really difficult. So
I have to do the parking.
So I get out and I let him park, because it's just, there's like a concrete pole, there's a car. Not my thing.
I can appreciate that more than you actually know. Yes, I can. I know you guys need to get in because we're going to do some other things and everything. You guys are 3 away from 200. We're going to make the final push to get you over 200 tonight.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So we're going to get you over on that. And
I can't wait. I'm so excited. Like DC said before, we have like our little internal goal to get to 500, so then we can go to Universal. That's like our plan.
Hey, be careful what you wish for.
What happened? I'll tell you in just a second.
Be careful what you wish for, because at the end of the day, we went up 800 subscribers in 8 weeks. So be careful what you wish for. We were just under 300 not that long ago.
Wow. I know you guys are doing amazing too.
No. This is not about that. It's about be careful what you wish for, because you'll be at Universal next week. So
it'll be my birthday. So if it comes really soon.
When's your birthday?
The 21st.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to have to do something. We got to all get together.
Yeah, we would love that. I keep going back and forth on what we should do. He actually has treatment on my birthday. So I think we're going to celebrate early in the week and then just have a super chill night actually on my birthday.
But I'm still going to show up on her birthday, Dave. I'm still going to be there, make it happen.
Yeah, we're going to.
I know.
We'll hang out. I told him I never get to go to treatment with him anymore because I have to work, and sometimes I feel like I miss it, even though he tells me I don't want you to go because I sleep, and if you're there, I can't sleep. So I think on my birthday I'll actually go with him, and he won't get to nap on my birthday.
No napping for you, sir.
Yeah.
just so I can say this before you guys get out of the car, we're one away. Get this over. Let's get this done right now. Let's get them over 200. Let's push
That's
this right
amazing.
now. Get them over 200. While they're sitting here live with us, because as soon as we get done with this, everybody, they're gonna DC's gonna park the car.
Yes, yes.
I'm
They're
gonna
gonna
get
go in
out
the
so we can
house.
park.
Then DC's gonna jump back into Loki with us. I'm sure, Michelle, you're gonna come hang out, or are you going to bed?
Yeah, for a little
You're-
bit. For a little
Okay,
bit.
so you're gonna hang out. We're gonna do some Loki chat.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we'll go. Everybody will do their thing, and we'll have a great night tonight. But let's get pushed over because what's up? Are we there?
I don't know yet.
Hold
And,
on a
and,
second.
and another thing, Dave, and we talk about how I'm going to continue talking about Miles from Moffitt. Every single week when we do blocking and talking, we are going to be addressing Miles from Moffitt. We've already told all the folks who hang out with us at blocking and talking, it's like, get ready to listen to this for the next 5 months because we're going to be talking about it.
I signed us up. Like I created the team right when it opened. I think was it in June or late May or June?
May. It was May.
And on blocking and talking, I was like, guys, do you have plans
There.
for November? Let's talk about this. And he's
They
like,
just hit it.
Yo, guys,
he's
you
like,
just
oh
hit
my
200.
God, Michelle.
You just hit 200.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
awesome.
Thank you so much for helping us.
That's
No,
exciting.
Look, at the end of the day, we're gonna keep pushing until you guys get to 500 because now I know what the goal is.
Oh yeah, we haven't been to Universal in like, what did we say? Like
It's been a long time.
9 or
Get
10
prepared
years.
to go because I'm gonna make sure that we push the heck out of this. I know that Mike is paying attention right now. Mike Wheeler, who is one of our mods.
Yes.
He's got very, very long arms, and I'm sure that with Mike knowing that what we're trying to push now, I'm sure he will help get us over that 500 mark, get you guys to Universal ASAP.
Oh, that would be fun.
But more important than that, hey, let's get money to Miles from Moffitt. Let's donate.
I want to
Let's get that.
blow our goal out because we
Without a doubt.
Subscribers are one thing, and we can get there
What's your
whenever.
goal
But
for Moffitt?
It's on the
there is no goal. I want as much money as possible.
the flat goal, like the standard team goal is always $1,000. So we always try to hit that. Last
How close
year
are
it
we?
was what?
How close are you?
When I looked this morning, I think we had like $175, maybe 170.
You're about to see that go up. We're going to make a huge push for that.
We better.
Aw.
We're going to do it.
Because that's why we are here.
This
That's,
isn't
that's,
about YouTube.
that's the whole point of this
tonight.
conversation.
Yeah,
It's
this
huge.
isn't about YouTube. It was more along the lines of I wanted to show you that at least we can do two things at once. And
Right.
But I didn't know that there was an actual team goal, but I can tell you right now, you're about to see that harp get harped every single time.
Let's
gonna go
crush
after
it.
Yeah. And like we said, you're not like, you have the choice. So whoever goes to the link, it's like, if donating is, if it's challenging and it's a couple bucks, everything makes a difference.
Exactly.
And we know that, like when we're at Moffitt and we get to hear his specialist who we adore telling us about clinical trials that are coming up and telling us what things are on the horizon. And
it's donations coming from folks just like you, from folks like us. That's the thing that helps to make that difference.
yeah,
Without a doubt.
and before I get emotional and like get too much to it, but these clinical trials save lives, and finding a cure for multiple myeloma is, like I told DC today, like I had a rough morning today. It was just one of those, like I tell him, it's just, sometimes the cancer just sits in the front of my brain too much and it's hard to put it away.
It's heavy.
And today was one of those mornings where I was like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm not yelling enough, that we need more attention on this, and I need a cure for this. Like I need my best friend for a very long time. I can't not have him around, and I just need all of the support. And it touches my heart just to hear how fortunate it is that you guys have connected with him, and you get to see what I get to see every day, because the world needs to see that and
Amen.
needs to know him and know his heart, and that just means a lot to me. So I want to just leave you with that. So it means everything to me that we can keep pushing and make these changes for Moffitt. It's literally my goal. Like, if I had $1 million, Moffitt would have $1 million from me if I could do that. That's just how it is.
So I'm going to be the person who looks at the camera and says, "Did you hear that? Did you hear it?"
Yeah.
If you can give $1, give $1. If you can give $10,
Absolutely.
give $10. If you can give $1 million, give $1 million. Help
Absolutely.
every single person out there that is battling this, that
Yep.
has someone that's battling this. We all have to do our part. It
Yep.
doesn't. This isn't about YouTube. It was just
No.
nice as an added bonus. What we're talking about tonight are people's lives. We're talking about the way that it can change things. You
Yeah.
can change somebody's life. You can be the beacon. And
Yeah.
we need to do this together. It can't just be us on cameras doing this. It has to be every person who comes in.
Right.
And I'm going to do something here at some point, because this is my buddy. These are our friends. I can tell you right now, I've done everything to get my channel up to where it is. I'm done doing that. So now it comes to focusing my efforts on other things. And I can tell you right now, the next thing that we're going to do is a giveaway. We're going to be doing something where we make sure that we sponsor them, that we get them not at 1,000, but 10,000, that we
Right.
get them to whatever that it is that they need. We need to come together, period. And
Right.
Yeah.
if you guys think that I'm a bull normally, you ain't seen nothing yet. So I'm going to make you guys a commercial to go in the front of your videos so that you don't have to say it every time. It's going to play before and after. So we're
That
going
would
to
be
do some
amazing.
things
Yeah.
that we can do on social media. But the reason that I was harping on the 200 before and some of the other things is, the bigger you guys get, the bigger your voice gets.
Exactly.
And we
And
need
that's
you to have
what's
a voice
that's
that's
why
huge.
it is important. And that's what I say to DC. It's like, he wanted to create this channel, and even look at the name that he came up with. It's DC and Michele Do, because he wants to do things, and he wants to make an impact, and he wants to make a difference. And I want to be on that journey with him every step of the way. And like you're saying, the more that we can gain and expand that, then the more lives that we can touch and differences that we can make. And it's just beautiful. I mean, we've in this short amount of time, it's like the connections that we've made, the deep, meaningful friendships of, I've received messages like, we had a loss in our family, and that was incredibly hard on both of us. And just knowing that true friends, like you all and other YouTubers that we've gotten to know, and we consider part of our family, and having those relationships, like I said, in just this short amount of time, it's like, wow, DC's made connections with other people going through treatment. And it's just like, just because we put ourselves out there, and it's really, really, it's quite incredible.
You guys have
It
taken
really
a
is.
beating over the last 2.5 weeks, and
Yeah.
nobody knows it.
Yeah.
You guys have been in your own world.
You do, if you go read our Instagram, because I had a vent. I had a vent.
Venting is I said it to DC because one night he and I were talking, and I said, sometimes you let them vent and you just hold them, because
Yeah.
at the end of you have to get it out.
Yeah,
And Michele,
I had
you
to.
need the same support too, though.
Yeah.
And everyone knows that DC, what he's battling. But a lot of times what happens, and I've seen it in my own family and with Jen, it's the person sitting next to them.
It's hard. It's
You
hard.
Yeah.
need this support too.
Yeah.
And you need to know that we all care about you, and that we care about what's going on. And that when people are doing this, it's because we want to take care of both of you. And what's coming next from us, Jen and I, not just us, but the community itself, we're going to show you guys, because everybody can talk.
Right.
Okay. But we're going to show you. And that's the
That's
difference.
amazing.
And, at the end of the day, I've gotten to know him pretty well. And we can't let him go anywhere. It's just that simple.
Absolutely.
So I want to tell you what Mike posted, because I've had it sitting up at the bottom of the screen. I doubt you guys can see it. Even if you aren't
You
able
have
to
to
donate,
lean.
no, I'll read it. I'm going to read it because I want everybody to hear this. Even if you aren't able to donate financially, sharing it out on all of your social media is caring and somebody may be able to donate. That counts just as much as you donating.
Exactly.
That's such a good point.
And here's another thing that folks need to know: you can donate anonymously.
Yeah.
Like I know that's important sometimes, because sometimes you just want to give, but you don't want anything to come back reflectively. So you can donate anonymously. That option is there. So don't be afraid to donate. Don't be afraid that you're going to have some attention drawn to you that you may not want because you're a humble person. Because I understand that type of mentality. So
I know
just
you
to
do.
let you know, you can donate anonymously. That option is available.
Well,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to read that because it was, probably the most prolific thing's been said by not us, has been by Mike, which is such a valid point that we need to do this. We need to make sure that we're doing that. Everybody's saying about sending prayers, and that also big deal. Send prayers.
Right.
Send DC and Michele a note on Instagram or comment in their videos. Watch their stuff. Support them that way. If you can't do anything else, that's okay. Sometimes the greatest thing and I heard this last night on Pete McDivitt's show, sometimes the greatest feeling from a content creator is just telling them that they're doing a good job and that you support them.
Right.
And that their work isn't unappreciated. I heard that last night, and I got to tell you something, it was impactful to me. I was having a crap day, and that was something that really just resonated with us. I thought it was special. But anybody who knows you, knows that's you don't have crap days. Even when you have a crap day, you have a good day, and that's unheard of. I mean, I've never met anybody as remarkable as you in the sense of being able to take what's going on in your life and be a beacon of light for others is absolutely outstanding. I'm like, it's a privilege to know you.
I'm honored. Thank you.
It's an absolute privilege. But before Michele crashes into a pole.
The car is just sitting facing.
I'm looking at the pole right now.
So we're gonna let you guys get into the house. I'm gonna pitch for a few more minutes on Moffitt and on you guys, so that you guys can get in, get settled. You've been in the car for good 40 minutes. So we're gonna let you guys get in, get settled. I'll see you in the next round. Anything you want to leave anybody with? Your final words? Go.
I just want to say thank you, and we love you guys, and we love everyone for watching and listening, because it's a tough. This isn't a lighthearted conversation. It's tough material. So thank you, and we love you guys.
Yeah, and I will double up on that with the thank you, and also to say, if you can't donate, if you can't be a part of our team, at least go out there and show love to others.
Yeah.
That you can do.
Be kind.
That's something you can affect. You can be kind and kind to others. So like I said, if you can't be a part of this, what we're asking for tonight, which I know it's a big ask, I can ask you to just go out there and share some love to others and some positivity.
Yeah.
Because if you want to share his love, share their link, share their story, share this video so people can hear about this. I'm going to get a copy of this to you guys to get on your channel. So
Absolutely.
That this way
we love
we
that.
can also have this up. We need everybody follow what he does. Listen to what they're telling you. It's not hard. You don't have to donate financially.
Exactly.
Share their channel, share their page, share their Instagram. Everything's going to be in the description down below in this video. Get to know them. Get to know them. They're great, great people.
Thank you.
Because they would do it for you, by the way.
Absolutely.
Just so you know, they would do it for you. Do it for them. Help them. You may not be the person that can do it, but you may share it to somebody who's on your stream that you don't even know. And they wind up giving $1,000, $50, $1, or $1 million. Get this out there. That's the most important thing we could do tonight by having all these people come in and sharing your story. Guys, you are an inspiration.
They were at 170 when they came on. They're 200 now.
Oh, you guys are awesome. That's very
cool. Look, I can do a little YouTube stuff, and I have great people that follow us, but at the end of the day, I don't want it to be about YouTube unless it's about sharing it.
Yeah.
Because it's a good milestone and it's fun.
Right.
And we'll have a good laugh and Loki about it.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I want to make sure that we're driving this home right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what this is about you guys. It's about DC and Michelle's fight, and they're fighting it every day, but they need your help. They need you to do whatever you can, and it doesn't have to be money. It can be that you're a social media giant. You got 30,000 people on Instagram. Go tell them.
And you
That's
can
what we
share
need.
a link that, like you said, it goes to Moffitt. It's not
Yeah.
it's not us.
It's not about us.
It's so much bigger than us. It touches our lives, absolutely, 100%. But there's so many people, you know, that are fortunate in our state to have Moffitt. Like
To
I
have
said,
the
I
opportunity
mean,
to have this care.
yeah, it's incredible.
If you don't know what to share, reach out to me, DM me, hit me up at on floridaparkexplorers.com or find us at floridaparkexplorers.com. I will make the post for you. I will make the comment for you and the hashtags for you with the link directly to them. You don't have to do the work. If you don't know how to do it, reach out to me. I'll do it for you. Okay? With that, DC and Michelle they have a saying that they always go by, and it
Always.
is probably more prevalent right now than anything else. And I'm going to let them close this out before I talk. This way they can sign off with their traditional sign off.
All right, so we'll see you guys in Loki in, I'll tell you, about 15 minutes. Does that sound good?
Yeah, we'll start.
All right.
with it.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us talk about something that is so important to us. It is very meaningful. Dave, Jen, thank you for giving us a platform. And for everyone in the chat, thank you so much for listening and thinking about it and hopefully taking some action. And that leads us to the most important thing. Remember, do or do not.
There is no try.
Words to live by. Go get them, guys. I'll see you in a few. Everybody, that's DC and Michelle. If you didn't know them before, you do now. I'm going to be the jerk who goes ahead and pulls the heartstrings because I can. Because they're friends of mine. The man's diagnosed with terminal cancer. He needs your help. You need to help him. We all do. This is an opportunity to do nothing more than share something. It's not always about the money. Sometimes it's just about taking 5 minutes out of our day and doing it. These are great people. They're great people. And I'm going to be the jerk who says this. Could be your brother. Could be your father. Could be your mother. Could be your kids. We should all be fortunate enough and thankful every single day that we're not going through that battle. But it could absolutely be someone that you love. We need to find a cure for everyone, not just for DC, not for Michelle, for everybody. This thing has beaten us back for years. We need to do more. I can tell you right now, I'm not ready to lose my friend. And I'm not going to go down without fighting. So going forward, Florida Park Explorers is going to be doing a lot for this. I haven't decided if I'm going to take a percentage of every sale that I make, but I probably am going to. I can't tell you that every single giveaway isn't going to have something that goes towards them, because it probably will. Do you know the one thing you didn't hear tonight? You didn't hear him say, we need your help. They wanted to go to Moffitt. So I have to find out whether or not GoFundMe works for them, or anything else for that matter. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for coming out tonight, sitting here for over an hour and a half and letting us go through this with you. I thank you guys so much, because it wasn't a YouTube night. This isn't a night about us. It's about them. You heard it come out of Michelle's mouth. She's not ready to lose her best friend. Mine's sitting next to me. She has been the whole night. Can't even friggin' imagine. Cannot even friggin' imagine. So all I can say to you is, we're going to be doing a lot more. We're going to work with other streamers. We're going to work with everybody moving forward. I'm going to end this stream because we're going to go over to Loki and open that up in about 2 or 3 minutes so that we can all kind of chat and do that. And we're going to still continue to push tonight. The rest of this night is going to be about pushing to get their numbers up because they want to hit 500. We're going to turn into a YouTube stream in a minute. But I'm going to finish with their saying, not ours tonight, because tonight is about DC and Michele Du. David and Jen, part of Team Moffitt, Team DC and Michele Du, saying, do or do not. There is no try when you can help. Go out there and be a beacon. Go be a beacon for them. They need you. They need you. I thank every single person tremendously for doing this tonight. Thanks for getting them over 200. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Good night.